Question: what do Korea, MAPPA, and all these shows have in common? The guy who worked on it quit his f***ing job. Normally, that would be a sign for distress, but luckily, good things happen when you least expect it. And for us, that came in the form of Ninja Kamui. If you're not on this shit yet, you are doing your best Patrick Star impression, my friend. Ninja Kamui tells the story of Joe Logan. If that's not the name of a Chinese spy sent by Xi Jinping, I don't know what is. He lives on a small farm with his beautiful wife and kid when one night, while laying in bed, Joe hears something from his downstairs window. Jesus fucking Christ. It's just the IRS. Oh shit. If that's not enough to tell you what this show's about, here's another fight scene to drill the point. Joe kills the men who killed his family, and when this guy called Boss Ninja refuses to give him answers, Joe pulls off the ultimate Uno reverse card. Turns out Joe Logan was actually Joe Hegan, a former Japanese ninja who defected and is now on a mission to destroy his former clan and avenge his family. If you ask me, pretty standard shit. Everything other than that, though, is anything but standard. What I really like about this anime isn't the plot, but the fact that you can clearly see the footprints of the director scattered around the show. From the fights, to the camera angles, all the way down to the music. So much so that it made me wonder, how much does a director really impact a show? Well, to understand that, we need to talk about the man himself, Park Sung-hoo. Park Sung-hoo? Here's the backstory. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Zen Market. Zen Market allows you to buy almost anything from over 10,000 Japanese stores online. Rakuten, Amazon, Mercari, and even if they're not on the website, say anime figures on AmiAmi. Oh my god, they have the gushing over magical girls Magia Baser and Android on pre-order? Oh my god, oh my god. You can just copy paste the item link into Zen Market and they'll handle the rest. And I mean the rest. They have a 60-day free storage period so you can shop all you want. They'll pack everything into one parcel and tons of shipping options to choose from. UPS, DHL, FedEx, and Japan Post to name a few. Also, if you register now using my code, you'll get 1,000 yen's worth of Zen points off the international shipping fee. I'm not kidding when I say that this is truly the best time to sign up for Zen Market. So what are you waiting for? Thanks to Zen Market for sponsoring this video. Back to the video. Park Sung-hoo is a Korean animator turned director, and he's worked on some pretty big projects in his career. Let's see, he directed Garo Vanishing Line, The God of Highschool, and the 2021 Crunchyroll Anime of the Year and the 9th highest grossing anime movie of all time. Safe to say, the guy's got some experience under his belt. And the main thing Park is known for is the way he conducts action. The guy's an action fanatic. Pretty much all the shows he's directed centers around fights. And Ninja Kamui is no different. Remember those 3 clips I showed you at the start? Yeah, they're all from one episode. 1. These days we barely get 1 if we're lucky on some anime, but 3? 3 is criminal, dude. These aren't just normal run-of-the-mill fights either. No. I'm talking minutes of uninterrupted man-to-man carnage. Kinda like the sex I have with my boyfriend. Park's DNA can be seen all over Ninja Kamui, and I think a lot of that comes from the work he did in God of Highschool. The God of Highschool is an excuse to make a tournament arc into an anime. Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, Tai Chi, you name it, it's there. So the fights have to be the focal point of the show. His words, not mine. In an interview with Crunchyroll, Park said that he really wanted to push the use of motion capture to essentially capture the feel of martial arts used in the show. Even if it was crazy, even if it was near impossible, he wanted it done. And so he did. This is him. This is literally him recording a dude kicking the shit out of his camera. The result? Probably the best fight choreography that 2020 had to offer. Don't get me wrong, it's not enough that you record a guy doing air kicks for a couple hours, you gotta animate that shit too. When asked what the hardest challenge was for choreographing fights, he said, "You have to draw a lot. If you don't draw a lot, you can't make it move. And if you can't make it move, you can't make it fight. I think this gives a sense as to what Park's ideology is when it comes to animation. And it's put on full display with Ninja Kamui. Park's ideology is to simply draw the shit out of every fight scene. Arguably one of the most underrated part of any fight isn't the voice acting, it's not the sound effects. Hell, if you knew, it wouldn't be underrated. So what is it? It's the camera work, baby. Anime is inherently 2D, we all know this. But seeing 2D characters fight on a 2D plane, you're pretty much watching a glorified Street Fighter game. Park SungHoo is not a fan of that. He hates it when it's flat. So what does he do? He starts zooming that shit around like it's nobody's business. This is a trademark for him at this point. You see it here, here, there, and now here. Every time you watch a fight scene that's directed by Park, it gives you this weird feeling that you're somehow inside the world that they live in, watching the fight unfold in front of your very eyes in real time. The way the blood splatters on the screen in minute 1 and 15 seconds, or in 1950, that shit's important. If the audience isn't immersed in the fight, you've lost. And what better way to immerse them by putting them right in the passenger seat. Ninja Kamui does an exceptional job of entertaining you with high-octane fights while keeping you immersed with its masterful camera work. Music, however, is Park's secret weapon. Think of it like the glue that holds everything together. If it's not there, none of it holds up. Just listen to the soundtrack I have on right now.
Back in high school, I used to jerk them with my hands. Now I hit that orgy sex with condoms in my hand. I did half a Xan, now I'm pounding on my man.
Park's attention to music can be best seen again with his work in God of Highschool. In one of the final episodes, Park wanted to incorporate traditional Korean music into the soundtrack of a big fight. He was so insistent on this that they flew 600 miles from Japan to Korea, hired a musical expert to play all the instruments one by one, recorded it, and used it for approximately 3 minutes. Yeah, from here to here. Can you imagine spending thousands of dollars on flights, hotels, and talent to record a piece of music, only to use it in a 1/7 of an episode? It's crazy. Music strongly dictates the mood of a scene. It's how Yuji's mental breakdown in season 2 felt more impactful when they added the soundtrack. Like, the memes were funny and all, but I genuinely think the song worked so well. And the same can be said with Ninja Kamui. The vibes just feel way different compared to your regular anime. And that's largely because of the song choices made in the show. It isn't that rare to see English songs be used in anime, but paired with a Western setting, Ninja Kamui felt more and more like a Western production than a Japanese one.
I'm so lucky, baby, 'cause you are my girlfriend.
Until they started speaking Japanese again, but at least we got Eminem on the set.
Now I'm back, the war is on, ready to attack when the sword is drawn.
I swear it's him. I wouldn't lie to you. Possibly one of the biggest things that separates Park from other animators is the way he approaches each project. When Park was an animator, his mentor told him to think of animators as actors. Essentially, put yourself in the shoes of the character you're drawing. Act out their emotions, their movements, be the character. In JJK0, Park said he was so determined to get emotionally involved with the characters that during the Gojo and Geto scene, he actually acted out what Gojo would do in this situation. For a minute, bro was the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer in history. I do some roleplay too in my spare time. Gets me really involved with the characters. There are a lot of things to love about Ninja Kamui, but there's a reason why it hasn't picked up the level of hype Solo Leveling has, or Frieren did. One such reason is that the show dropped mid-season. Like, who the fuck does that? It's like they wanted to kill the show from the get-go. Secondly, I've said this before, the story is just not there. In a word, it's forgettable. I'm gonna be upfront, I wouldn't have made this video if the animation wasn't good, so do with that what you will. All I'm saying is, for a first anime production with his new studio, Park has shown what he's capable of on the creative front, especially without a major company like MAPPA backing him up. You know, in one of the episodes, he was one of 2 animators who worked on it. Imagine a full team on this. I'm excited to see what other projects he picks up, but until then, Ninja Kamui, amazing art, forgettable story, godlike director.